Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm here with a brand new video and this is a bit different. It's about how to solve an exam or how to solve a part of exam. So as we know, we have two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. I'm going to discuss paper 2 with you today. Okay? So how to solve structured paper for economics 0455 and 2281, which is IGCSEs and O levels. So let's not waste any more time and move ahead. So we have four parts to this. Two markers, four markers, six markers, and eight markers that we need to solve. Okay, two markers are basically more of define and identify questions. Four markers are explain questions. Six markers are you need to analyze a situation, and discuss is where you have an argumentative answer. All right. So let's just recap this. Uh, in paper 2 we have that paper for 90 marks for 2 hours 15 minutes, four questions to be attempted. Section 1 compulsory case study, and section 2 three question out of four uh, that are four part questions. Structured paper, so we have seen this in the first video for economics, basic economic problems, that the structured paper. So this is just a recap, you can just read this. Okay, and there is this four part questions also. Yeah, so first we'll look at the two markers, which is define or identify. One mark. Okay, so the first mark that you'll get is for the main definition for correct identification. That should be just easy. So for example, if the question says identify or define what is total revenue, all right, so you need to answer that, or you need to define what is total revenue. Total revenue is item sold into price. All right. Second mark that you will get is for explaining further one characteristic or one feature um, of the main point. For example, total revenue. So one more feature that you can give is like the definition that you have given. Okay, the formula, you can give the formula for that same thing, or you can define another feature. For example, so it can be define uh, define contractual saving. So we need to define what is contractual saving. Contractual saving is a type of saving that happens uh, a base on a contract based saving, and it has regular time period and fixed amount. And one more feature that you can give is that it is also influenced by interest rate or something like that. All right, so you need to give another feature or a characteristic of the main key point. Let's Okay, so this is the next part of the question, which is an explain question. So how do you solve an explain question? So explain questions are for 4 marks out of 20. So there are 4 marks, and mostly they ask like define or explain 2 points or explain 2 of this. All right. So how to solve? So first you take the keyword, from that you derive 2 valid points. All right. So that when you get those 2 valid points, you get 2 marks for those 2 points. Now you need to build a chain to each point. So for example, that okay, I will give you an example afterwards, but let's just understand right now. uh, Build a chain to each point. Chain means that connect the possible cause, outcome, reason to the main keyword. All all the chains should end on the main point, which is the question. Format should be like this: two paragraphs. This will make the reading for the examiner easy and easier for the computer to scan. All right. So over here, the format also is very like it plays an important role. Okay, so the examiners should like, it should be easier for them to understand what you have written. And if you also know that there is a computer scanning that happens, before it goes to the examiner. So it will make it easier for the computer to scan your answer also. You need to also impress your examiner, and uh, if you impress your examiner, the examiner will is more likely to give you the mark. But if you disappoint them with a really bad answer, with a really bad handwriting or a bad format or a confusing format of writing, they might not give you a mark, because they might not find each and every point that you have written. So you need to be very clear with each and every point. So to make it very clear, you need to write in two paragraphs. Okay. So on the left hand bottom side, you can see that page format. So I have made two paragraphs over there. First two line is the first paragraph, and the second two line is the second paragraph. So you should make it easier for the examiner for an explain question, and you need to explain that point. Analyze questions, these are for 6 marks. Okay, 6 marks are very important also. Analyze questions are one-sided argument questions, or it tells you to examine in detail to show meaning, identify elements, and the relationship between them. Okay, so analyze is a one-sided argumentative question. So you need to argue on one side only, or it's a question that tells you to identify elements, relationships, or tell the meaning of that keyword. In an analyze question, there are graphs that they ask. For example, using a dash dash diagram or a graph, explain what is this. All right. So those um, graphs are for 3 to 4 marks. Those are like the easiest marks that you can get in the paper from a graph, if you have everything correctly labeled, and uh, the graph and the curve is correctly done. 2 marks are for explaining the graph and the reasoning. For example, why might what using a PPC curve, explain the effects of a natural disaster on a economy. So first of all, when there is a natural disaster, the resources are depleted or they are destroyed. So the PPC will shift inside. So you need to show that shift. So there should be two lines in the graph, like uh, the curves, two curves. So one will be outside and one will be inside, and an arrow showing the movement inside. All right, so that would give you 2 marks right there. Labeled axis will give you another mark over there, and all that. All right, and then when you explain the question or the graph, that the PPC will shift inside because the resources or the raw materials have been destroyed. Therefore the output is also reduced, as not much of raw material is available. So you need to explain that answer. How to solve this is introduce the topic in 2 to 3 lines, find 4 to 5 valid points, build a chain to each point. Chain means that connect the possible cause, outcome, reasons to the main point. All the chains should end on the main point, which is the question. So you can see that diagram, the square and the chains that I've drawn. So they should all end on that main point and also start from that main point. All right. So that should be the chain. Um, I hope this is easier to understand. All right. uh, Discuss question. For the discuss question, it's the crucial uh, part of a 4 part question. Introduction, 4 point, against point, conclusion. These are all needed very much to have an 7 out of 8 or 8 out of 8. All right. So, discuss question is an 8 marker question out of 20. The maximum weightage. If you lose marks over here, you are just losing so much. Uh, if you write an intro, okay, so the 4 things that you need in a discuss question is an introduction. Okay, the examiner will tell, this will tell the examiner, so sorry, that you know about the topic well, so it will impress them. Okay, so you need to tell if it talks about what discuss whether or not government aims will help economic growth. So you need to talk about what are the government aims. If you talk about the government aims, the examiner knows that okay, yeah, you know the aims of the government, and it will likely impress the examiner and give you marks. um, the second thing you need in a discuss question is a 4 points. Why does the situation, why is the situation true? Sorry for that grammatical mistake. Why does the situation stand true, or why is the situation true? At least 4 points with 2 lines explanation each. Okay, so if the situation is true, what is the answer that you can write? If it's false, then what will you write? So you need at least four for points and four against points with 2 lines explanation each, a valid explanation also. Okay. um, Same for the against point. And the conclusion, a reasoned conclusion. What is your stand in the situation and how you tackle the opposite view? If your stance is yes, I think government aims help economic growth, but what if, but you need to tackle the disadvantages also, or the against point also. Okay. uh, but they need to impose some policies to reduce or to prevent the against points, or the uh, yeah, the against points, to tackle them. All right. If you are against, like, no, the government aims will not help economic development or economic growth. All right. So that's a negative point. Now you need to tackle the positive. That, or you need to tell, but yes, this might happen, there is a small advantage to this. So you need to write a reasoned conclusion also. This is very crucial, it is for mostly 1 mark. uh, I have also lost marks because I have not written conclusion in my answer. uh, so yeah, so this is the format that you should follow. 4 paragraphs total. Okay, on left only the paragraph titles are given. You don't have to write them. All right. uh, Points should be taken and should build a chain which is connecting back to the main point on the side. uh, Conclusion, state your stand in your answer. Once you have that, tell the way to tackle the opposite side, or the precautions, or the benefits to it, or the disadvantages to it. Okay. So yeah, knowledge is the most important thing. Without that, nothing will be possible, but knowledge plus my explanation can help you get higher grades, of course. So see, you do not be dependent on this video for, like, okay, yeah, if I follow this format I'll get marks. Format does not has marks. Okay. You need to have the content in you, or you need to know the knowledge about that keyword or the question. All right. Without that you cannot score anything. Do not be dependent on this format thing and all. Format just impresses the examiner and makes your answer more likable, to get marks. All right. So you need to impress examiners. Format means that. All right. Okay, so we have done those 4 part questions. Now we need to understand how do we apply it in exams. Okay, so this says between 2008 and 2014, Greece's GDP fell by 25%. Thousands of sole proprietors and other business organizations went out of business. As a result, the employment rate increased 28%. The government reduced its spending and was being encouraged by the International Monetary Fund to cut its corporation tax, the tax on firms' profit. Okay, now do you know, like, this is this is the starting of the question, and on this they will give you questions. Okay. So identify two costs of unemployment. two costs of unemployment. They can ask this also. They can ask you to point out two things, or they can ask you to point out one thing with an explanation. All right. So let's see how the answer is written. Okay. So if you look at this, the same question, two costs of unemployment, higher costs of unemployment, and as there is less employment, less taxpayers and less revenue by the government. Okay, so I have done is what, higher cost of unemployment, there is a higher cost of unemployment benefits also, less taxpayers, less revenue by the government. So I have written at least 3 points just to be on the safe side. Okay. Next we have explain two advantages of sole proprietor. Advantages of sole proprietor. Two advantages. First we'll mark the 2 points. The owners won't have to divide their profits. So this is for one thing, and it is more flexible in making decision. Flexible in making decision, as it does not require. So now I have taken two of the points. Alright, now I have to develop a chain on that with their partners. Okay, they do not have to divide their profits with the partners. Okay, flexible in making decision. Now what can I build on this? Now I have written as it does not require anyone else's permission or consult, sorry. Okay, so I have built on these 2 points. It's not like I have just given 2 points. I have built on these 2 points. Next we have analyze the economies of scales from which the farm may benefit. A farm may benefit. Okay. Okay, so we have this question. Discuss the economies of scale from which the farm may benefit. Now, first thing first that I told you was I didn't. You take 2 to 3, 4 to 5 points, or 3 to 4 points. All right. So economies of scales benefits to the farm. Buying economies of scales. Okay. Then managerial economies. Then I have let's just read through it. Okay, buying economies of scale, and I have developed on that, means that if the production increases, more fertilizers and seeds will be bought, and buying in bulk will give discount or reduce price. So that's buying economies of scale. Managerial economies, this large firm can hire specialists, environmental scientists, which can make farms efficient, reducing cost of production, and yield will increase. As it is a big, as it is big, it engages in division of labor. So I have written about division of labor, and this will increase the crop yield. So I've written 3 points for 1 mark and three explanation for 1 mark, and I have gotten 6 out of 6. You can add 2 or 1 extra point just to be on the safe side. Over here I did not have much points, so I did not write many. Okay, so that was the 6 marker. Discuss whether a cut in corporation tax will increase economic growth. Okay, let's do this question. So I have the answer over here. Corporation tax. First thing first that I told was to find the introduction, to write the introduction. Corporation tax. Basically, corporation tax means the tax imposed on profits and income. I have written the introduction. That's my introduction. Now let's point out the 4 points. If the government reduces the corporation tax, then the firms will have more income. Firms will have more income. Alright. Will encourage firms to expand and improve. Expansion will lead to recruiting more workers, reducing unemployment and economic growth. I have given so much of explanation just for 1 point. Okay. If there are more employees, then the production will increase and will be more productive. Okay. production will be more productive, the cost of production will fall. This will keep the prices low and cost push inflation would be lower. So prices are low, cost push inflations have been lower. As employment increases, then people will have more money to spend in the market, which will increase the aggregate demand. Okay, so first thing first, more employment increases, people will have more income to spend in the country, all right, or in the market, which will increase the aggregate demand and the GDP of the country. If the GDP of the country and the aggregate demand of the country increases, of course then there would be an economic growth. As the taxes are low, the MNCs, all right, MNCs will be attracted to the country, increase employment, improving economic growth and increasing GDP. So over here, look at this. I have written 4 points. First thing first, the income will increase. All right. Next, I have written production will be more productive, and the chain that I've given. Okay. This will lead to low prices and cost push inflation would be lower. More employ, more money to spend in the market, and aggregate demand and GDP increases. MNCs will be attracted to the country, increase employment, improving economic growth. So look at this format of the question that I've written. It's a more moving from micro to macro economics. I've written about the firms, then I have talked about the um, then I've talked about how will it benefit the country, and I've also talked about it at an international level. Okay, now for the same, we have against point. This might not happen if the demand in the country increases. There might be a demand pull inflation. All right. So this is the first point, which will lead to economic recession. This is my first point. If the MNCs are allowed in the country and the taxes are low, then MNCs will have more income with them. MNCs will earn more income. They will send back income back to their homes. This will lead to an increased supply of the host country's currency and lead to a current account deficit. Okay, this is one of the point, and it will lead to an economic recession. I've given 2 points so far. Taxes is the source of government's earning. If these taxes are reduced, then government earning will decrease. Okay, taxes are reducing, government earning will decrease, and the government spending on improvement of the economy and in the market will also reduce. This will not increase economic growth. All right, I have given 3 points in total over here: 4, 3, and 1 introduction. All right, the conclusion that you can have written is that um, cut in corporation tax will increase economic growth, but it will also cause demand pull inflation, and which will lead to economic recession if policies like contractionary monetary and fiscal policies are not applied. Okay, so I have given, yes, my stances for, and my I'm tackling the points with the policies, the monetary and the fiscal contractionary policies. I'm tackling demand pull inflation with that. All right, so this is how you write a conclusion. Let's write it together. I have not written because I wanted to write it together. Okay. um yes, the economic growth is possible with cut in corporation sorry corporation tax. All right, but there might be inflation if contractionary policies, oh god, my spellings, policies are not imposed in the country. All right, this is my conclusion. Now let me tell you, stance. Yes, economic growth is possible with, this is my stance. My tackling, how am I tackling it? Contractionary policies. Okay, why the disadvantages might take place if we do not tackle it, or if there are no uh, if there are no precautions or anything like that. Okay, so that's how we answer a 8 marker, full 8 on 8 answer. All right. uh, yes, let's complete our video. um, yes, so we are done with this question and all of the 4 questions, and I've told you how to answer each and every question. This is the table that summarizes everything. E means elaborate, C means make chains, F means for, A means against, and C without brackets means conclusion. Just take a screenshot or something like that, okay? Uh, so for a defined question, you do not need chains, you do not need paragraphs, you just need 1 point and elaboration or 2 point. Okay. Um, explain questions do not need chains. They need paragraphs and two elaborated points. All right. Analyze, they need chains. Paragraphs, no need. 4 to 5 chains or with point. Discuss, of course they need chains, they need paragraphs. 4 points, 4 against point, one conclusion and one introduction. Okay, all the best for your exams. I know March series are coming. I guess March series are only for India. um, Summer series that you're going to give, people who are going to give, all the best for them. uh, okay. um, if you have any questions, you can email me on my email ID that is on the screen. Okay. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and see you soon. Bye.